At this point, I genuinely want to ask, what exactly do we want women to do?
Okay, first, I feel like asking my opinion on this is like asking a loaded question.
Okay, so this is an important topic.
Because I don't want motherhood to become a point where I lose myself, or I lose everything I've worked so hard for, or everything I've worked so hard to build.
A woman should not run after the family at the expense of her own life and her future.
True, women can't actually win. We live in a patriarchal system, and just like she said, until those systems change, we are never going to win.
What I have to say at first is, I don't think motherhood is the issue. Motherhood is not the issue itself. It's this societal construct that has been built around it, that women have to pick and choose between having to be good mothers and successful entrepreneurs.
Hello everyone, my name is Makara Ahmad. I'm a media and digital expert. Alongside that, I love analyzing topical societal issues and events and giving my sense about it. So I like to call myself a social commentator. I have been following Palki Sharma of Party since she was young. The first post that she has her own show on the Avian Global Review. And just yesterday morning, she dropped a report about the motherhood penalty. I just wanted to casually wear my clothes, I set up my camera and give my opinion. It's a different thing when you look at the situation that people are in and talk about it, and it's a whole different thing when you are the one walking into that situation. So I reached out to my friends, professionals that I've cut across a lot of industries, and I asked them for their opinion. Mind you, these ladies are finely articulated and boisterously intellectual. They are very hardworking, that I personally believe I am even the laziest among all of them. Anyways, I decided to have them talk from their standpoint of where they are in their lives right now as single ladies approaching their career path and eventually motherhood. But before that, let's watch Palki Sharma's report.
Our next story features 3 women. Number 1 is Caroline Leavitt. She is the White House press secretary. As you can imagine, it's a high-pressure job. Recently, Caroline Leavitt announced that she was stepping down. She's just had a child. She says with this kind of work, she can't be the best mom she wants to be. The next one is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, better known as AOC. She is a US Congresswoman. Recently, she announced that she was freezing her eggs. Our third story is from Japan. Shoko Kawata is a mayor, and the mayor of Yawata City, located in Japan's Kyoto prefecture. In the month of June, she announced that she would take a maternity leave. She's due to have her child in September, so she has decided to take a 16-week leave. Now, what do these 3 women have in common? They have all faced backlash. Caroline Leavitt faced it for choosing her children over her job. AOC faced it for choosing her career over having children. And Kawata faced it for taking a break to go have children.
Okay, first, I feel like asking my opinion on this is like asking a loaded question. The main problem in this video is that people are going to talk no matter what you do.
Honestly, when I first heard about the motherhood penalty, what really stood out to me was how much the society expects women to sacrifice once they become mothers. And honestly, it made me think of how motherhood would, look like for me.
I recently watched a video about 3 women who faced backlash simply for making different choices. So one of them chose to freeze her eggs while pursuing her career. The other chose to quit her job and focus on her children. And another took 16 weeks of maternity leave to have a baby. Yet all 3 were criticized.
This is an important topic, and one thing that stands out in these women mentioned, they are all brave and they are all strong, because despite what society said, they still decided to go ahead with what they wanted, knowing that a child is a fragile being.
They are doing great jobs out there. However, this is my note concerning the video. Every woman deserves a good life. She deserves to fulfill a purpose, and she deserves every good thing that comes from a family.
I have to say at first is, I don't think motherhood is the issue. Motherhood is not the issue itself. It's this societal construct that has been built around it, that women have to pick and choose into it. I did note down a few talking points. One had to step down from her position because she felt like she had to tender to her child. And we have to know that motherhood is important, careers are important. Some women genuinely want to step back when they have children. Some women don't want to step back, they want to continue their demanding careers. Some women are just not ready yet. And I don't think that's a problem.
Very honest, I do want to be a mother someday, but I think I'm very, very intentional about that. Because I don't want motherhood to become a point where I lose myself, or I lose everything I've worked so hard for, or everything I've worked so hard to build. I want to have my own career, I want to have my own financial stability, I want to have my own business. I want to have my own identity outside being someone's wife or someone's mother. Because honestly, I've seen how often women are expected to carry so much when children come into the picture. You're expected to be a good mother, a good wife, maintain your career, take care of the home, still be everything to everyone.
Women can't actually win, because it's true. Women can't actually win. We live in a patriarchal system, and just like she said, until those systems change, we're never going to win. Reward every single day, because if we are not aware, people die from childbirth. They die from complications of childbirth. They develop lifelong illnesses from pregnancy and childbirth that they now have to live with, whilst still being the primary source of life to this child that they have just given birth to.
Pregnancy is not an abstract, okay? It's not an abstract societal responsibility. It's an actual. Do you understand? And it's an actual occurrence. It's something that actually happens, that changes the human body. Say in this paragraph, this occurrence involves real physical and medical risks, and those risks are experienced by the woman herself. This is not a smear campaign. This is not a smear campaign for men. This is not about men. So why exactly is the reproductive decision treated as though they are decisions that the society gets to make for her?
And this made me reflect on my own journey. I'm learning that there's no universal blueprint for womanhood, and women are not a monolith. Women like Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala and Folorin Shalakija remind me that women can build remarkable careers and beautiful families in their own ways.
Right? If you take a break, they're going to talk. If you keep moving, they're going to talk. If you stay at a place, they're going to talk. So,
because I don't know why we are debating maternity leave or somebody stepping down to be a more present mother. Do you know the mental load it takes to be a mother and still go to work? It's not an easy feat. It's not an easy thing to do. You have, especially in the early years of that child's life, in the first weeks of that child's life, they're screaming, they're crying, they're hungry. You are the primary caregiver to this new human being, while still recovering from the traumatic experience of pushing or having a baby removed from you. So no,
It's defense of our own life and our future. God has created everyone with a purpose, and for whatever reason, He has created it that the purpose of a man and a woman coming together in marriage should align. Hence, the woman's purpose is also a major concern in the family.
I think women should be encouraged to know that you don't have to pick and choose. I can highlight different people. There's Vicky James, there's Prudence Gabriel. So many, these are world-class designers that are still mothers. I already said this is not a smear campaign for partners. This is not a smear campaign for men. This is not a smear campaign for anybody. This is focused on the woman and what she decides to do. From having a baby, she feels like she needs more time to herself. I don't think anybody should say, oh, that's why we don't give women opportunities, because how can you leave the job? Who's going to tender to the job? This is a personal need.
So it is up to you to make a decision that is best for you, regardless of what anybody else says. That is best for you and does not in any way harm the society or harm somebody else or another human being. Opinion, block the noise, do what you need to do that is best for you and for the people around you.
Recommend the decisions these women decided to take, to step down and focus on raising the child. And then if they desire, they can go ahead to come back on their career path after 4 years or 5 years, whatever they desire. But women, we should love ourselves, because no matter what we do, society will have something to say.
I become a mother. Who I become a mother with, very important. The kind of support system I have. I want to do motherhood with somebody that understands that raising a child is a shared responsibility. Because I don't want motherhood to be the end of the woman I was becoming. I want it to be the part of the woman I have already become.
Me, I want to build my career intentionally, invest in my personal development, and eventually have an amazing and beautiful family. I may not have everything figured out, and that's perfectly fine. Women deserve autonomy, dignity, and grace, not this constant scrutiny.
Point in time when a woman wants to lay down her career or relax a little to take care of the child, she shouldn't be condemned for it. And if it is the other way where she wants to pursue her career and pend that of childbearing for a while, she should not be condemned for it, as both will come into place as planned based on priorities and as the two persons involved, the two spouses involved, deems it fit.
At the end of the day, like I already said, motherhood is a beautiful experience. It's a free from experience. If you decide that you want to partake in that campaign, you want to jump on the motherhood wagon as a woman, you have all the right to. If you decide that you don't want to, that's not something you want to get into, I don't think you should. If you decide you want to freeze your eggs for as long as you need to and reproduce whenever you feel the need to, you feel like your body can carry this, you feel like you have the mental energy, you have the mental capacity to carry this full term, please go ahead. Take the right courses, take the right form of action when it comes to according to your company's rules, regulations, and whatnot, and take your time away. I feel like as a society we should grow up enough, we should evolve enough to know that this is an actual issue, not a...
If it is not what you want to do, don't have a child. And if it is what you want to do, don't have too many. And if you want to have a child, you should plan for it. I know that circumstances can change. When the child gets here, things can still change. But I feel like having some sort of a structure before you even embark on the journey, having help and everything, helps at the end of the day. So these are things that women should genuinely consider. Like, let it not a plan for, because at the end of the day, motherhood will take something from you, whether you like it or not. It could be your health, physical or mental. It could be your finances, it could be your career, it could be your passion, it could be your business. It can be anything. It can even be just your time and your sleep, and it will take that away from you. And all these things have effects, and that is what leads sometimes to resentment.
So there's a time in my life when everyone knew I wanted to have 15 children. And just yesterday morning, my mom even reminded me that there was a time I rose up to 20. I loved children and I wanted to have that much. And I was talking to someone very special to me, and they told me that, oh, 2 kids is enough. I wasn't cool with it. I didn't understand why he was 2 children, a guy, right? Not until every fantasy I had about it changed when my sisters talked me through their pregnancy, childbirth, and recovery process. Every fantasy I had went down the drain. Suddenly that guy became a green flag. And just a little bit down memory lane, when I was in high school, my math teacher was trying to advertise on punctuality, and he was like, the guy I just put to bed, and he's the one who beats the baby, not his wife. His wife does not beat the baby. He's the one who beats the baby. He dresses her up, he takes good care of the child. Why I'm saying this is because I was having a lot of self-conflict when I also watched this report, because motherhood and career are something that will happen, and I've already said it happened to me. So I was wondering, so would I fulfill my career too? No, absolutely not. Does that mean I'm going to fulfill my parental responsibility? I will not do such. And does that mean I will not want to become a mother? I want to have children. So I thought to myself that, I had this thought, it relieved me of that self-conflict, that some men out there actually have this orientation of being a parent and what it takes to raise a child. Let's not forget that it's not mutually exclusive. Motherhood is not mutually exclusive without having a partner. So the moment you realize that the burden is not being only carried by the mother, it relieves you of that psychological fatigue and burden that you have. That's the first thing. And truthfully, if you look at a lot of ladies who are doing so well in their career paths, you will always often see that they have partners who are actively ensuring that they're not doing the parenting alone. So let's begin with that first. Let's not even go far. There's a case of Lindsay Clancy going on, and many people have said that the system failed her because she was going through severe postpartum psychosis. She was trying to, we don't have enough orientation. And the interesting thing was, I was talking to medical personnel, and they told me it is true that there is such a thing like that. Postpartum. I was like, Finally, I also think it is going to be very absurd if you're a lady who is young in your 20s and you're seriously not thinking about this thing. You're thinking, okay, maybe it's them. As far as you are a career-oriented woman, the process of childbirth and recovery is not being said well at all. The tears, the bleeding, So, like, I know of a country, though I can't remember the name now, that have instituted a menstrual leave for their female employees. That will tell you that people are starting to know that, okay, this thing is, we need to start accommodating it, and they did that. So what is bad if a lady becomes a president?
What is bad if she now takes a maternity leave? Well, it's not for everybody, it's not for every society. But we're just looking at these 3 cases, and we're hoping that more spotlight will be drawn to how career women handle motherhood and the fact that they do not have to sacrifice a career path because of it. No sacrifice motherhood. There isn't anything that they have said that I want to say, but this is my own personal opinion. I believe that the role of an oriented partner and an oriented accommodating society and world with structures will ease all of this. But in the meantime, let's hope. Thank you to each and every one of them, and thank you for watching.